Hi everyone, and thank you for purchasing the special Slideshow Shopify section by qwiqode. In this video, I'll be showing you how to actually use it. So if you haven't installed it yet, please refer to the separate video included in the package, and you also have access to a PDF with instructions if you need to. So to get started, go to your theme editor, navigate to the page that you want to display the new section, and then click on Add Section on the left, and in the search bar, you can just start typing in special slideshow, and then you have the section right there. And then it's added it with its default values. As a brief overview, over here on this side, when you click on here, you have all the settings on the right. You may be familiar with this. And then below, we have slides where we add in the content. So we'll start with that. Let's go to the first slide, which would actually be this element here with the text over here. And let's just make it simple and do slide label 1, slide title 1, and slide content 1. Select an image. Then we go to the next slide, slide label 2. And then image. And slide label 3. All right, so we're done adding the content in. Now let's get into some settings. So we go back here, we click at the very top, and then we have all sorts of settings available here to enter. First thing here, there is a default image option. Default image option is in case you don't want the images to switch in between, like to have a separate image for each slide. You just want one image that won't be rotating. You can put it in there, and then when you're clicking between slides, only the content here will change. But we'll leave it as such for now. Section styling, you can click it. Section background color, excuse me. You can click here. It changes the background. Moving on, we have section top and bottom margins. Section margins are the distance between the distance outside of the section, meaning if you have additional content or sections above and below, you can increase the distance by just changing the margins here. We don't really see an effect. We do see it pushing down the footer a little bit more, as you can see, because there's nothing else below. Padding top and padding bottom, it's the distance inside from within the entire section. So if you want some breathing room, if you want to create a border for this, for instance, you can just set this for 5, or let's make it a little bit more obvious. We'll put in 15, and we have some space at the very top, and then we can do also set the horizontal padding as well, and that gives some more space in between. You have the same settings for mobile version. For mobile version, the layout is a little bit different. If you click up here and go to mobile, then you have all the settings, or the layout is different. It stacks so that we have room to read, and you could still click, obviously, and change the content as people tap on the buttons. But as you can see here, you can also change the padding top, padding bottom, if this is something that you desire to do. Let's go back to the desktop version, moving down here. So for slide label styling, slide label is over here. You can set it to be either at the top left corner, or you can have it centered within the area of the entire label. You can choose a separate, different font. Otherwise, it uses your default font from the theme. That's usually what you'll probably want to do. But you can click use custom font, and then here, click to select a different font. Then you have label border color, text color, background, and so on. So let me show you. But border color are these borders here in between. So you can just select a different color. Let's just call it blue. Label text, excuse me, label text color. That's basically the color of the text. Let's just make it black, or almost black. Background color, we can choose to make it white, and now you can see more obvious the padding that we set before. So we can delete the padding, or we can keep it, and it gives it a better looking, like a kind of a border around it. Hover is when you hover over the button, the label. So you can click that, and let's just change it to pink. Oops, that's the color of the text. So let's keep that at black, and then the background, let's do pink. So if you hover over and the active label, you can see that it changes. To do that, we can also say, hey, we don't want pink for the black for the text. Let's do it white, so you can see that it changes to white, just like that. Moving on, we have label size, font label size. If it's set as remains at 0, these other ones too, then it'll use the default, but you can manually set different size for the label, like that. Line height is good if you have a longer text, so you can adjust the space between each line, and letter spacing. You can also match your typography of the rest of the site. And the same thing for mobile. You can set them specifically for those devices. Next, we have the slide text, which is this area. We can set this background as well. So let's just do blue. And let's set the slide title color as well to white. And the text as well. And I'll scroll back up here. And we can set the text to be centered within the whole box, or we can do it at the top. And then you can set text alignment for each part. So we'd like, let's say, to make it left aligned. You can add more top margin, for instance. Let's make the font size a little bit bigger. It's pretty straightforward, all of these settings. You could set up the custom font and so on. And here, let's set that to left as well. The font, we can keep that, but let's give a little bit more space between the text and the title. And that's basically it. We can also adjust, obviously, the line height and the letter spacing, as explained before. And let's put it back to center, just so it looks a little bit neater with a little, when you only have a little bit of text. And that's it. And now when you change it, you see everything is changing correctly. And that's it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach us at the support page on our website. And thank you again, and we hope that this section helps you achieve your website goals.